Good morning, year 7, and welcome to week 2 of online learning. Thank you to everyone who has finished the work from last week and has submitted that now. I appreciate all your efforts so far during this difficult period of learning. Before I go through the work for this week, I would like you to know that I will be organizing a Zoom lesson for each of our classes this week. I will be posting a link today on our classroom page as to when this will be happening this week. So please stay tuned on the classroom page for that. So last week we looked at place and livability, and you had to give me an indication of maybe a place you'd consider livable, not livable. What would your dream or ideal livable city look like? And some of you had pretty good answers. Some people had Tokyo, Japan, some had New York City, some people had sporting fields, etc., and some had shopping centers or a beach. So a really diverse set of answers there. So uh, today we will be looking at a little bit further into perception, so the way people see or livability differently. So lesson 3 goes through the exploration of human factors that influence perceptions of livability. So this includes culture, income, employment, crime, and safety. So uh, down below, okay, you'll need to research your own definition for each of these factors that influence livability. So how does culture um, influence the perception of livability? How does income influence the perception of livability? Employment and crime and safety. So finding the definitions for each of these. Uh, Further down, okay, you'll need to go to uh, the Manly and Redfern comparative study presentation to start your research. You will need to conduct further research on the internet for these two locations and record your findings in the table below. So things that you should be paying particular attention to is population, ethnicities, religions, average income, employment types, and crime rates within these suburbs of Manly and Redfern. You need to reflect, so how does the data influence our perceptions of a place? Now that you have compared the two areas, consider how this information positively or negatively influences your perception of Manly and Redfern. So using the information you've researched, has it changed the way you see Manly? Has it changed the way you see Redfern? And write your answer below. Lesson 4. Okay, you need to complete this quiz here. Okay, and it will direct you to a page where you'll have to decide what suburb would be best for you in Sydney. And this table here below is a research table. You need to use this following document. And you need to find all mentions of Australia in data and record the information in the table below. So you have location, rank, overall rating, stability, healthcare, culture, environment, education, and infrastructure. So, for example, Melbourne, you'd take down their rank, their overall rating, stability, healthcare, culture, environment, education, and infrastructure. And you would copy it here. You'd find another location, okay? Maybe if you scroll in a little bit, you've got Adelaide, okay? You've got Sydney. And you go through the whole document looking for places within Australia. Once you've completed this table, I want you to pick another country, for example, the United States of America or the US, and compare their ratings to Australia by placing the information in the table below. So if you choose, let's say you chose the US, okay, so USA, all the, okay, as you can see here, US, all the countries listed as US. All the cities, you have to take them down. So Honolulu in Hawaii, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Chicago, Boston, Miami, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Okay, you'll be taking down all their scores. So you will have to add more rows to this table below. And how is livability measured and ranked? So write a paragraph response to the following question. Explain how the livability index is used to measure, assess, and rank global cities. Okay, so that document that you're looking at is the livability index. The livability index is made up of stability, healthcare, culture, environment, education, and infrastructure. So how do these 5 factors help us indicate how livable a city is? Okay, and for this one here, we have to look at the Liverpool government area. So we're looking at the census data on Liverpool. The census is about to be updated in, I believe, by the end of this year. So they'll be conducting that next month, and this data will change for us. But this is the data that I would like you to look at. So if you go to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, follow this link. Let's go to census. Guide to census data. Find census data. Go to quick stats. If we scroll down just a little bit here, you can pause this video to find the steps. Type in Liverpool. Now, there is a lot of Liverpools, okay? Now you've got to be very careful. You've got to scroll down and look for LGA in the brackets. So it's SSC, SED, SA3, SA2, LGA. This is the one you need. Liverpool Local Government Area. Click that. You're good to go. And now you start filling in your data. So, population. Go back to here. Population, people. Punch that number in. Let's go look for average monthly rental payment. Okay. Well, they've got the median weekly rent. So we know there's roughly 4 weeks in a month. So you can times this figure by 4 to get the median weekly rent. I want you to try find as much data as you can on these places. And that should help you as well. This website here is the same link, but this will help us find all the data you need just about for this table here. So if you carefully read through some of the subheadings above, this should help you give you an answer for lesson 5. And on the side here, I want you to write your own livability criteria. What factors would be mostly highly ranked and why? So above there we had stability, healthcare, culture, environment, education, and infrastructure. Maybe for you it might be infrastructure, but specifically what infrastructure is important to you. Some of you might find a shopping center more important. Some of you might find the environment more important, so you would want more parks and more soccer fields, okay, or cleaner beaches, etc. So give me your own livability criteria and what factors would be most highly ranked and why. And down below, using the livability criteria you've created, write at least 2 structured paragraphs which assess the livability of Liverpool. So you wrote your own livability criteria. Now match that against Liverpool. So if you said that, having a beach was your number one priority, well, Georges River does not count as a beach. So in saying that, you will have to probably rank Liverpool a bit lower for that area. Okay, and after you've completed that, please submit your work for the week. If you do need any assistance, okay, just feel free to comment and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And just reminding you again that we will be having a Zoom lesson sometime this week. Okay, thank you. God bless. Stay safe.